Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This video, we are looking at the MLB Prizepicks props for Thursday, July the 6th. We have a pretty nice slate today. Let's go ahead and get started. As always, if you enjoy the videos, appreciate it for the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out some other links in the description. First prop that we're looking at is I am taking a Nerfy prop, and I'm going with the Yuri Perez Jack Flaherty prop. This one is in Miami. We saw that crazy ending last night, the Cardinals throwing games away. But you still got Perez has been great every start this year except for his most recent one where he got lit up against the Braves. And Flaherty is still very good to coming off injuries and stuff over the last couple years. He's still trying to get back up to speed, but he's still been fine. And Marlins offense they find ways to win and put up runs, but they're not super overpowering at all. So expecting the ballpark to hold in any home runs here, at least in the first inning. And hopefully we can get a Nerfy. So that's the first one I'm looking at. Looking over at the pitcher strikeout props, there's a couple that look decent. Freddie Peralta over 6.5. I think you could look to Perez over 6. Looks fine as well from the Marlins side. Cardinals just been so terrible, but definitely not a slate where you have a ton of aces going at it. So you could pick one or two, but I'm going to go back to the hitter props and stay with some of those guys. You have Eli De La Cruz. He's been streaky since he's come up. He still have been very, very good. Taking him over 8.5 fantasy today just because with how good he's been playing, the Reds have a high total. And whenever he gets on base, he's going to be able to steal bases and get hits. So him over 8.5. One that I'm looking at going over to total bases. You have Lane Thomas taking him over 1.5 as well. From the Nats side, he's been super consistent for them recently. The Nationals and the Reds have combined close to over 11 total today. Should see some runs today. Should see some fireworks. And Thomas gets good at bats, and he's been hitting the ball really hard and been one of their better hitters as of late. So a couple of hitters from both sides of that game, which I do want to get pieces of, just with how much I do think there will be runs scored in that game. Couple other fantasy props that look good is Corey Seager, 8.5. You could also take his over bases. The Rangers, another team that you want to look to target today offensively. If you're playing fantasy sports or DraftKings, FanDuel, DFS, Seager and the Rangers, they've been one of the better offensive baseball this year, and he's been really good as of late. Lefty-righty matchup here for him against Cutter Crawford should do well. And then finally, last one is going to be Corbin Carroll. He's been struggling a bit, but he's going up against Carlos Carrasco, who's been terrible this year. Can't strike people out, puts the ball in play a lot, and gives up a lot of hard hits and home runs. So Carroll's not a guy that you expect to be in a slump for much long, and it seems like a matchup against Carlos Carrasco could be exactly what he needs to break out of it. So those are the 5 props I'm looking at today. We're taking the under on Flaherty and Perez first inning. Nerfy there. I'm taking Eli De La Cruz over 8.5 fantasy. Thomas over 1.5 bases. Corey Seager and Corbin Carroll over 8.5 fantasy as well. Going with the GOATs there in the hitting department, except for Thomas, but he's still been good this year. So best of luck. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you all next time.